Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome into the channel. Live show, a few minutes behind. I apologize. We were trying to fix a little technical difficulty, but thank you guys for being here. Make sure the audio video is working before I ramble on for too long. We do have the team from List Perfectly. Claire and Amanda are here. They are rebooting their computer, and they will be on with us in just a second. And they are going to do a share on List Perfectly for Facebook Marketplace and Shopify. I know a lot of you already use List Perfectly for eBay and Shopify, or eBay and Poshmark, and we're going to add Facebook and Shopify. There they are. They just popped up on my channel. So let me go ahead and add them. Here they are. They're back. Go ahead. You guys should be up. If you don't know and you aren't familiar with them, we have, depending on whether you're on my left or right, we have Claire. Wave your hand. And Amanda.
Hi, everyone. Where's my hand?
So they are, I know most of you are familiar with who they are. They are the owners, creators, inventors, geniuses behind List Perfectly. Many of you are already subscribers or using the service for cross-posting. I think a majority of at least my followers are between eBay and Poshmark or eBay and Etsy. They also have a dozen dozen total. Is it 12 total? Now,
10
total platforms. So Depop, eBay, Poshmark, Etsy, Shopify, Facebook Marketplace, Grailed.
Yep.
What am I missing?
Tradesy.
Citizen.
We missing one? Mercari.
Did we say Grail?
We said Grail.
Okay. We're missing one. I'll bring the picture up. You know how I remember? I have a picture.
Oh my God. Okay, we lost count. It's just.
What's the other one? Mercari. Duh.
Oh, please. Yeah.
We forgot the big one. Yeah. So any of those platforms that you use, tonight we want to focus on two of them, which are two of the more popular ones I have coming through, especially Facebook Marketplace lately. They've done a lot of changes on Facebook. And so we have a little demo. Hopefully this works because we didn't get it to work before. But Facebook Marketplace and then also Shopify, which a lot of my viewers, because we use Shopify, have been using lately. So we want to cover that one as well. If you have never used List Perfectly and you don't know anything about it, this will also help you because it's a similar process between any of the platforms, pretty much the same step-by-step process regardless. Every platform has their own draft and what that you have to fill in. But as far as the basics of using it, it's the same. So if you don't have these platforms and you use like Posh or Etsy or Mercari, it'll work the same way. So you'll be all good to go. So that's what we want to do. Do we want to go ahead and try to pop up one of the demos? Which one do we want to start with? Facebook?
Yeah. So in the meantime, we had a couple of technical issues. Let's see if this works.
We did.
Yeah, we're gonna testing.
We're testing.
And they actually just messaged me. I think Claire did. Safari has been terrible lately supporting anything. Any Mac users know what I'm talking about. It's been a nightmare the last month of it supporting, like crashing on so many websites. I'm like so fed up with it. So.
It was, so we just tried to, we're not used to StreamYard. So we're having right now like a technical issue because Safari was telling us we don't support StreamYard. And now Google Chrome and Chrome is saying, hey, we are not seeing, not accepted your StreamYard cost. So
Firefox?
Figure it out.
Yeah, we're working on it. So
they're working on it. Well, so
in the meantime, we can discuss some other things.
Yep. No, so the demo video is the best. I have other videos too that I can link you guys. We did a demo originally when we first back in like August or September of last year when you guys launched officially. And so I know a lot of you do that. How many in the chat? Let me ask first. How many in the chat have used List Perfectly? How many have not used it at all? I want to try to get an idea of how many. Do you go through PayPal List for Facebook? As far as the Facebook Marketplace sales go, yeah, they do. People can pay with PayPal, yes, stores. So I want to see on our chat how many people, we have almost 100 in here now. How many are currently on it and how many aren't?
Audience.
The guess is that, yeah, Adam says to use Chrome. That's what we always use is Chrome. It's the best, but yours is giving you a permission.
Yeah, I think I might have gotten around it. Are you able to?
Yes, I have it. There we go.
Woo, all right.
Okay.
So Oh, hey, we knew one way or another we were going
One way or the other. These are tech geniuses. They better be able to make it work. So we have a ton of people that have not used the platform or not on it right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, Mary, Shabby, 5, a bunch of you guys. So here is your chance to see how it works. And I'm going to make this bigger, the screen actually a little bigger. There we go. Cut our faces out. You don't need to see us. So we're going to start with eBay to Facebook Marketplace. Now, if you're not on eBay and you use a platform like Poshmark and you want to go over to Facebook, you can do this in a similar fashion. List Perfectly is an extension. It is not like other things that are actually, a program or app. It's an extension. It's a tool. That's what I always call it, is a CrossPost tool. Is that the proper way to describe it?
Absolutely.
Yep. And when we like to think about it as a booster, you have your listing on one site and you want to quickly get it over to another site. You don't want to have to manually copy details. One button will do it. We'll get your photos, your title, your description, and, any relevant details that we can from one marketplace and put it on the other.
There you go. So let's go ahead and do one demo of an item, whatever you want, which she's kind of currently already clicking on. It's a free people.
So we can start this over.
I can start it right now.
Yep.
So what we're doing right now, I'm going to even pause it. Okay. I'm going to rewind it
Okay.
and slow it down. So what you do first, I'm going to hover over the green button that everybody talks about List Perfectly. So when you're looking at your active listings on eBay, you will see this start selecting button if you have our business or pro plan, okay? Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you will have your buttons to select individually. But in this case, we're demoing right now List Perfectly with the business plan.
With the business plan, yeah. And so when you download this extension, this green button that you see will pop up. Obviously, it's not there when you start, but that's what will pop up, and she's doing the business plan. And this will pop up regardless of what platform. You have two options. You can take your already existing listings, which is what you're doing, or you can start from scratch. You can actually build your listings on List Perfectly. So either option that you want to go with is there, but we're going to show this off for the existing one. So go ahead.
Okay.
So this is the magic green button. The start selecting button enables bulk select, and that's what we're going to do. So
what we are unique is that we allow you to randomly select your listings. We're not selecting on your behalf. What you should be cross-listing because that's what our software can handle. Yep. No, we allow you to select randomly what you need to do now. And that's what makes List Perfectly our very special tool, because we built it to...
Go back to what you just had.
All
Go back to what you just had. So that's what she's talking. When you select those, like she randomly selected these 12. Now go forward a little bit to the next screen to where you were selecting. So on this screen is where you can see she's selected Facebook Marketplace, obviously the other platforms if you wanted to go to Etsy or Posh, and then you just click the copy button.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yep, let that go forward. So then it's as easy as that. Select the platform, hit copy. It'll process. And again, you can do, 5 or 10 or 50 items, whatever.
Yep. Yeah, it will.
Whatever your bandwidth can handle.
And your computer. So
yep. Pretty much.
We had some people do 100, 150 at a time. And they have some serious internet. So, but if you're a standard user, we usually recommend start with like 5. See how that goes, because results will vary based on your equipment and your setup.
That's right. And so this is where the pre-made template for whatever platform you're listing on pops up. Of course, every platform has different requirements for title, description, fill-ins. So you'll just click on all of those and fill them in. It's going to fill in a lot of what you have. Each one, again, is different with what it fills in and what it doesn't. Whatever, as you list some of these, you'll start learning which sections you have to complete, which ones you don't. And so she just took 12 listings, and as you can see, she's rolling through it. I think she's on the 4th or 5th one right now.
Yeah, it's pretty quick.
Yeah, so literally those 4 or 5 just took, while I was talking, all of 30 seconds. So these 12 would take no more than a couple minutes. Imagine if you had 600 or 700 listings on a platform, and you could sit down for an hour and knock out 100, 200. By the end of the week, you could have your entire store over on a 2nd or 3rd or 4th platform. with no problem. And in this marketplace right now, or this overall marketplace, reselling marketplace, you have to be on multiple platforms. There is no business, even as big as Amazon, that lives on one stream of income. Amazon has cloud service and reselling fees from third parties like us. They sell their own merchandise. They're actually in other, Whole Foods and buying all these different, we call them stores, but for them, it's just another platform. And it's another place to sell. And so that's why it's important that you have as many platforms as possible, at least several, 2 or 3 minimum. I would never, ever survive if I was on less than, we're on 5, I think, 6, 5 or 6.
Well done, Casey.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine having one. Not to mention, for me, this is going to sound really conceited, but one platform is really easy to manage and handle. And I feel like I'd be wasting time because I could finish eBay and quickly and be like, all right, what do I do now? So.
Yeah, and the other, I'm so glad you brought that up, because the other thing about multiple platforms is, just like sellers have their favorites, buyers do too. So the best chance of selling your item is to get as many eyeballs on it as possible. In the old days, it used to be a given. You put it on eBay and everyone's going to see it. And that's not always the case anymore.
That is not. And these platforms, combined, I think Posh is up to 2 billion. Mercari is getting close to the $1 billion mark. And those are big numbers when you start it in billions. There's a lot of people shopping on these other platforms. So you have to get the coverage. Even if you just do 2 or 3, you have to. I mean, we're on eBay, Amazon, Shopify, which has become huge for us, which is why I wanted to do this video, and Poshmark. So that's 4. And then we have our own website, of course, our own wholesale. We don't use List Perfectly for that yet, but with them pulling in Shopify, we're going to be able to. So I love the Shopify option. Does List Perfectly work overseas, Australia?
If you sell in a USA-based shop, but the thing is, it has to be based in the USA, and you have to take US currency.
Now, the legal answer is no, because List Perfectly provides service only within the US, and we're not able to render quality of service in Australia. People are able to try it, but we cannot guarantee quality. We can guarantee quality to US users. I have to, Mandy. I'm sorry. I know you're very proud of your tech that can reach. I'm pretty sure your tech can be used from Saturn or Jupiter.
Yeah. Is there any kind of, and I won't hold you guys to this, it could be forever or it could be next year, next month. Is there international aspirations?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, absolutely.
Of course. I speak 4 languages. I'm dying for it. I swear, when Mandy pulled the tech, my first thing is like how we're going to map this in different languages. That was my biggest concern. So I can't wait to bring List Perfectly not only to different countries, but also serve in different languages and break the language barrier.
Yeah, we had a lot of Canadians ask me, when the last time we talked, Canadians asking about it. And I have a lot of, surprisingly, I don't know how, I have a lot of Australian viewers, but I appreciate all of you down there. Megan, one of them. So
clothing vintage is big over there, Casey.
Yeah, it's huge. Katie Zilberberg, everyone knows Katie. She sells a lot of stuff to Australia direct. She ships tons of stuff down there. So I know that they're vintage. Okay, so we're watching. Let's pump back over the video. They are, can we scroll through to the last? Oh, it's almost done. Okay.
Yep. Almost done.
Perfect timing. So they're going to fill in the last. And that's only been, how long is that video?
Gosh, this video was 2 minutes. 5 minutes, 56 seconds. So we did 12 listings from scratch, from eBay to Facebook.
So that's 12 listings. That's a half a minute. That's 30 seconds a listing to cross list. 30 seconds.
Yeah. So would you like us to show you your favorite right now, eBay to Shopify?
Shopify, yes. So that's Facebook Marketplace. Let's take a look at Shopify. I know so many people selling on Facebook Marketplace now. I used to do that back in the day when it first came out, but I've been so busy. We built Shopify that we neglected Facebook. But Shopify is my new favorite. I love it. And,
for now, Casey, I want to bring you back to Facebook Marketplace. They're making, I know, they've been through a lot of updates in the past, but they're really catching up and they're making so many improvements. Facebook Marketplace is putting a pretty competitive interface, but now Shopify is incredible. This is what we're showing you right now. We're showing you 3 listings going from eBay to Shopify. This is with our business plan, like we said before, and we can do this in bulk. You can go up to 150, whatever is the max of your bandwidth.
Yep. And so Shopify is available on Business and Pro. It's not one simple. So that's really important.
So if you are looking for Shopify, you have to get Business or Pro. By the way, the link below, I didn't even mention it, but the link is below us directly to Shopify. That's my link. And you can use the discount code RockstarLP for 30%. That's my affiliate. So I appreciate it. They appreciate it. And it'll give you a little bit of a discount on your first month to get rolling. Directly below us, it's the very first link. Easy to find. Okay, so Shopify, any of you that don't sell on Shopify, Shopify's draft is a little bit different than the other platforms. They have the pictures, they have a title, they have a description box, pretty standard. There's also a weight box, there's a pricing. Shopify adds the compare price, which is similar to Poshmark, and then it also has a price per item, which is pretty cool, because we sell stuff like in boxes of, say, 50 t-shirts, and they might want $100, and so it'll show you that it's $2 per item. And then over on the right, Shopify has the product details, the category, and you can assign a vendor. Vendor's great for us because I sell all of everyone else's merchandise. And so when I create a product, I can mark who that belongs to. So when it sells, I know who to pay. So I love the vendor. Shopify is just fantastic. I love it. I used to hate Shopify, and it wasn't that I hated Shopify. It was that I didn't know how to take advantage of it correctly. And so it was frustrating me. And I was like, but then I learned and I was like, all right, I got it. So,
it's a great platform. I love their plugins and their customization that they offer.
We actually have a third-party app that we use for Shopify that's for shipping. It's a custom shipping thing. So like, for example, if you guys wanted me to sell your box of shirts, the customer is going to calculate the shipping, but it's going to calculate from me because the account is in my name. Well, I can actually edit your listing of your shirts with your address. So it calculates the correct shipping price from you to them instead of from me to them. It's a third party we pay for. It's fantastic. All the extras that Shopify offers. And that one app alone has allowed us. We started officially December last year. I think we only sold $1,000 in December last year. We just cleared 110,000 this year on Shopify. I hope to do 120 or 130. First year on Shopify.
Wow. Okay, that's amazing.
First year.
Well done. It shows having your own website. It's just an incredible thing. Would you mind if we stop sharing, Mandy? Would you mind? So that just shows, you know, what is to have the power of your own website, your own branding, and marketplaces are amazing place to cast our products, but so is incredible our website, right?
Yeah, being able to add, you know, and some people, I think a lot of people get intimidated by going onto other platforms because of not because they're scared of using the platform, but how long is it going to take me to get set up and get my stuff on there? That one hurdle is enough for them to get rolling. And if List Perfectly gets rid of all of that time hurdle, you could immediately, like, even if you could just use it to make a few $100, $500, $700, $800 a month, that's an extra $5 to $10 grand a year. Just from investing a couple of bucks in the List Perfectly, the return on investment is ridiculous. Even with the pro account, even if you pay for the whole year, it takes you 1 month to pay for it. And then the rest of the 11 months are all profit.
Wow.
Yeah, well said. Well said. I mean, that was our whole goal with List Perfectly is, you know, we wanted to give you an affordable way to make as much money as you can. And I mean, now with everything going on, now is the time to get on as many channels as you possibly can. Get those eyeballs on your products and make that money.
You have to. I'm telling you right now, I see more. The online shopping, Amazon and eBay, they went up billions, tens of billions of dollars during last first quarter, you know, beginning of last year. Or this year, beginning of this year. We're not done this year yet. Not yet. But almost. But yeah, they gained, I think, what they say, Amazon went up $80 billion in 3 months from online shopping. eBay went up $3 billion. people are going to shop online again. They may not have a choice. We don't want to discuss it, but we are being serious. You need to be on as many platforms because that's just the facts of what's happening right now. So get on it. And I always do my return on investment for if I'm spending something on a platform. So I mentioned it, the shipping tool we use is $90 a month. So we spend, $1,000 on that a year, but that enabled us to make, 100 times our money. If we didn't have that, probably 50% of sales are outside of our inventory. So even 50 grand, I'm making 50 times my money on that app. If you can make your money back in 2 months, I always say it's a no-brainer. Even 3 to 4 months is pretty easy for me. If it costs me, let's say List Perfectly, you invest $60 a month, $720 a year. If you can make that back in less than 4 months, you only got to do what, $180 a month. If you can't make $180 a month with List Perfectly, list more stuff. So it's very easy. I think most people, if they have a reasonably good store, will make the List Perfectly yearly subscription back. And you can pay month to month. I'm just saying the total you'll spend over the year in 1 to 2 months. I think most of my viewers that have it usually cover that, mostly.
Yeah, I hear that time and time again. It's an investment that pays for itself with like three sales. What it is usually what people say. 3 sales. It
3
pays
sales a month. Yep.
Yeah, your whole subscription.
That was our mission, to make it affordable to everybody. These tools before used to be affordable only for corporations, and they were at least $1,000 just for basic services.
We used to pay, this was circa 2000, and so I moved here. So 2012, 2013, they're not in business anymore. There was a company long ago that did an inventory. They did do a cross-platform between eBay and Amazon only. And we're talking 8 years ago. It was only eBay and Amazon. Amazon had just begun third-party selling. 2012 is when I got on Amazon. And I don't know how rudimentary it was. It must have been so archaic. It was crazy. But they charged, the guy that I do business with was paying anywhere from $1,200 to $1,500 a month for that service to just go between eBay. And now he did 30 and 40 grand a month. So it made sense. But between just those 2 rudimentary way back in the day platforms, and I remember I didn't handle his listings or do any of that, but I remember seeing people work on it. And it was like a giant spreadsheet. And you listed the items on one platform, and then you would go in and edit. Every line was one of the boxes. So like the description box was one of the rows on the, it looked like a spreadsheet. It wasn't, but it was. And you would type it here in your description.
My nightmare.
So, and that was, the company's not in business anymore. I know their name, but they did charge thousands of dollars a month to have that service. And you were literally just filling out a quintessential spreadsheet. Like one box would say price, one box would say title, the whole thing. I remember seeing it. I was like, man, that is crazy. But back then it was like ahead of its time, I guess. But for $1,500 a month, it should have been. So yeah, I can't even imagine those days.
I think we offer it for free now with the Business and Pro plan. Did you know that you can download unlimited CSV files of all your listings with Business and Pro?
Wow. And that's good. A lot of people that watch me,
Thank you.
A lot of people that watch me use either spreadsheets or QuickBooks for their accounting or for their inventory. And so if they can download that and have the list, they can quickly, take the CSV file and then edit it with rows like purchase price and fees and all of that stuff. So that's also something that a lot of you want, where you're like, can I download my inventory or my list from List Perfectly? Yes, I got that question quite a bit. So, and that's only with Business and Pro, right?
Yes. Correct. Yep.
So again, Business and Pro, it's only a few dollars more to upgrade. It's worth, if you're just going to get on there and want to actually do it correctly, consider spending the few extra dollars. It's really not more than 1 or 2 extra sales a month. So, just consider it. Somebody just asked me in my private messages, the plan breakdown. So I don't have the link, but when you go to the website, just scroll down a little bit and they have the simple Business and Pro. It's $29, $49, and $69. The bulk cross posting is only Business and Pro, what they just did. So make sure that you recognize that. Also, Shopify is only Business and Pro.
Yep. And if you don't mind, I'd love to tell people what the difference in plans are real quick.
Yes, because somebody just asked them the thing. So let's do it.
Yeah. So the most basic plan we offer is simple. And that is a very basic plan for, let's say a smaller seller who just wants to maybe try out List Perfectly, or, has a few listings. We copy images, title, and description. You still get unlimited cross-posting, and but it's just the level of detail that you cross-post over is limited. You can also create listings on our site with templates. That is available, but again, it's going to be images, title, description only. Then you bump up to the business plan. That is where, you have you want more details to cross-post over. You have maybe a bigger shop. Go with the business for sure. We always recommend, go with the business because you get so much more with that. You get more details copying over. You get analytics, so you can, like Casey was just sharing, download a spreadsheet, enter your cost of goods, all that good stuff. You can also do that on List Perfectly. And we have a tracker that shares, shows you how much profit you made this month. And we'll store it in your CSV. So when you download the CSV, all that data is in there for you.
I want to add what you
please.
said. When she says more details, okay, for example, on simple, it's just title, product description and images. On the business plan, you will get brand, prices, you get color, you get
size, material, UPC.
Exactly. Yeah. So those are, when she says details, is less manual work and more stuff that is doing on your behalf with List Perfectly, so you don't have to manually type it. And as you progress with the plan, we will keep filling more stuff on your behalf, like shipping stuff, and more stuff. So that's why I just wanted to clarify with the details.
Yeah. I have those.
Tech, and it's amazing. Thank you, Mandy, for all the amazing tech you give us.
I have the 3 boxes. If you're looking right there, it says details for fast cross posting. So the basic, obviously, image, title, description, and then it adds size, color, UPC, MSRP for business. And then the pro account is all of those. You get quantity, converts inches to centimeters, weight, dimensions. Pretty big, especially for a lot of you that do clothing. So the weight and dimensions and stuff is important. Size, brand, UPC, everything included. So a big bump up there. And the difference in price, again, it's $20 for each bump up that you do. So at least the business plan, that way you get Shopify, that way you get, more than just image, title, description. Number of products in an LP catalog. So what this is saved. Think of this as, what do we call it? Like a cloud storage for your listings. This is essentially.
That's
it.
A way of saying it.
Yeah.
So List Perfectly will actually store these listings. You don't have to store listings to do a cross list like we just did, but this is good to save if you have a store, say 300, 400, 500, you can store them all here. And then there's upgrades for 1,000, 2,500, and 5,000 listings. If you want to store 1,000 listings, $10 a month. 25,000 or 2,500 listings for $25 a month, and so on and so forth. You can also do those upgrades on the pro account that comes standard 500, and then 2,500, 5,000, and 10,000. So I think most of my audience is going to fall into, if you wanted to store these, the 1,000, give or take, for $10. So you can definitely upgrade there as well.
Yeah, really affordable.
Yep, $10, not bad for cloud storage for that many. Because remember, they're storing your listing, and that includes the photos and all too. So there's some room with that.
That's right. And we as sellers, we create List Perfectly to solve our own business problem. And every now and then we'd run into that black hole. Like here, I know I have this listing, but it disappeared.
Yep.
So instead of recreating it and wasting that time, we would have the listing stored. So we just click a button and send it back, and no problem.
It's right back up, yeah. And then, as they mentioned, the analytics and CSV is also pro account, business account. That's great. A lot of you will use that. If that's nothing else for a reason to have a business account, CSV and analytics. I am the Excel king. Everyone knows it. I have like 60 on my computer. People think I kid about that. I literally have like 60 spreadsheets for everything that I do. And this analytics and CSV is priceless for me. I would download it every day, trust me. And then if you look on the website, which I have linked, somehow Vicky's on there. Vicky. Becky, which I do know Becky, I don't talk to her, but I do know Becky. And I don't know, I'm not familiar with Jocelyn. I think she looks familiar. I'm not familiar, but I do know these two. And I definitely know this troublemaker the most. So this is the pricing breakdown and the features that we just talked about. And the link to get here. Here's all the platforms also. It's right on the main page in this circle. And then you can sign up and log in. As soon as you click the link and come to this site, you'll just click sign up. And then you'll choose your plan. Say you're going to do the business plan. If you want to upgrade to any of those products, say you want to do 1,000, you would upgrade. And then you would scroll down and it gives you the confirm for the following. Make sure that you know the better your connection, the better it'll work, obviously. And make sure that you are signed up with the platforms that you want to list on. You'll press next. And then it's going to ask you, all the basic information, everything. It's all safe. They have it secure for you. You'll pay. You can use credit card or PayPal, and you're all set. And that will pretty much.
Can you scroll up a little in the middle, okay, where above the credit card? That's where your audience would enter your coupon code, okay? That's very important. And
this coupon code below us is RockstarLP. So I'll just show you guys RockstarLP. You would put that in. And the coupon code will process once you fill out the rest of your information. But if you look, 1 month for $41.30 over the $59. So that gave you a discount of $18 or $17 and change for the first month. So that's what you'll save. So make sure you use this code right here. It's also down below.
RockstarLP.
LP. Yep. So I wish I had cool LP name. I don't have that. RSF, I guess. I don't know. I'm not cool like that. So I'm going to need to rewind this. Yes. If you joined us late, please rewind the video, watch it. If there's questions after that, leave them in the comments or email me. Aloha out in Hawaii, Florida. Whew. Hawaii. It does work in Hawaii, right? It works in Alaska, Hawaii?
Yes, absolutely.
They're not stuck to the lower 48. They'll even come out to you guys. In fact, if you want a person-to-person demo, they'll probably come give it to you. I will come give you an in-person demo if I can come to Hawaii. So
that's pretty nice.
My parents went last year and they sent me pictures every day. They actually were in Hawaii while we were in Vegas. And and so they were sending me pictures while we were there. And I was like, whatever, Mom.
Teasers.
Yep. So there you go. Once you sell an item, does it take it off of the other platforms?
Great question. Not automatically. So we still require you to manage your inventory. As soon as you notice something sold out, you come to List Perfectly. You change the status of the listing from active to sold, and that's it. We end it for you across all the platforms, and we manage that inventory on your behalf.
Yep. Jamie, who is a huge tie seller, $169 tie on another platform due to List Perfectly. Only took him one sale to cover 3.5 months of List Perfectly. Is it mobile friendly yet?
Yes.
Yes.
Create listings, manage listings, edit listings, images, templates. There is many things you can do from your Android or iPhone, tablet, or iPad. The only thing, Vicky, you will not be able to do is cross-posting or manage, as we just said. Remove listings from platforms after they sold out. You cannot do that yet from your phone.
Right.
Yep.
Or cross-posting, not from the phone yet.
Not from the phone, but you can do about 50% of what it is. You do have to be signed up on the websites that you're going to cross-post. If you don't have those accounts, sign up for them first. That way you're on it, and then you can go over to List Perfectly. Again, you can create your listings from scratch on a platform, or you can take ones that you already have. So either way, let me see what other questions. I see stuff coming in, and my scroll is not working. There we go. Will you be able to do a mobile or mobile app anytime? It's a Chrome extension, so I'm going to probably step above my pay grade here. But I don't know if that can be turned into an app-ish.
At this time, no.
I'm going to put it this way.
It's not there yet. I mean, imagine
But that's what I'm trying to always say, Mandy. It's not and I'm trying to explain the audience, just to keep it simple. It's not a List Perfectly limitation. The technology doesn't exist. It's not that List Perfectly cannot cross-post for you. Nobody can.
Yeah,
that's it. Period.
It's just if you could imagine how much effort it takes for your computer to grab all those images and all those details It would be really hard for our phones now. I can imagine a day in the future when it gets better, but yeah.
It's a little processor in the phone. They're powerful, but not enough yet.
Not that powerful, no.
Yeah.
I mean, and you can tell, like they said, it's not list perfectly that necessarily is, if you're doing 10, 15, 5, 10, 15, if you try to do 40 or 50, your computer has to think through each one of those. Just like if you were clicking, to upload 500 photos off your phone on your computer, we all know how long that takes. I did like 1,800 and I just sat it down and walked away one day. Like, I'll come back. You can imagine if you have, let's say 50 listings and they all have 5 pictures, that's 250 pictures just on its own. So your phone to process that would be a stretch for sure, Jamie. So good thought, Jamie, but that's a tough go. Listen, if an app ever happens, I'll be first to download it though. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. We're eating popcorn and watching. We want to see what happens, okay?
I do everything on my phone, literally. The only things I do on my computer are the high bandwidth, like live shows and, editing videos on the editor. But everything else, if it's an app, I do it like crazy. So,
yeah, the thing is that many things, I think the confusion comes because nowadays, in the old days, everything would be run from your device. Now we come with the cloud. And then we have application or software like this, half from your software and half from the cloud. So it's taking both resources to make this perfectly work, right, Mandy?
Yeah.
And Deborah just asked the question, what you just said, kind of how does it actually transfer the information, being that the platforms have different layouts for the templates? And so I can start this and they can finish it. A lot of the platforms share about 5 or 6. So they all have a place to upload photos. So that's just a standard photo grab and drop. They all have a title. Now, some of them have title differences in character numbers. So some of them will, if one allows 200 characters and one allows 150, and you have a 200 character title, then you would have to adjust for that. You'd have to shrink the one that doesn't have enough room. And that's not list perfectly. That's just the platform's requirements for title. So they all share a title. They pretty much, I can't think of any that don't. They all have a description box. So there's 4 or 5 things that are standard that when they grab that box, it's going to put it into that same box on the other platform. As far as the other things where they don't share it, talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, that's a really great question. There's marketplaces that don't have tags, for example. There's tags on eBay, but a lot of marketplaces do. So you wouldn't be able to transfer tags from Poshmark to eBay, for example. That's just one example. And, eBay has many item specifics that just don't exist in other marketplaces.
Please don't remind us.
Yeah.
What about Poshmark with the secondary color? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
Yes.
the original price. What is it called? The
MSRP?
MSRP.
Yeah, they don't exist. So we can get whatever can transfer and is common. If you were to list directly on our platform, we would have more fields for you to fill in. And then, for example, we would have, if you were on Business or Pro, we would have that tags field. You'd fill them in, and whatever marketplace we can transfer tags to, we would.
Yep. So if it's available, I guess, and Greg said it, it's like copy and paste. If that box is available, it's going to take it and put it there. If the other platform doesn't have, like you said, a dual color, it just won't do anything. If it's taking it from Posh to eBay, eBay has 1 color box. Posh has 2. So it would take the first color and just put that in. I think it just takes the first color. And then the second one just doesn't do anything with it.
Right. Exactly. You got it.
Is there a referral affiliate program? Yes, there is. So below is my affiliate link. Obviously, I'm an affiliate for List Perfectly, and they have a program as well. If you want to inquire, do they need to email or?
You have to be a member of List Perfectly, and when you're a member, you'll get to our main menu and you'll see a box, referral program. Any member can join. It's only open to members at this time.
So go on your website. If you are on List Perfectly, go on there, click on the affiliate referral tab, and then I think it gives you fill out your information. I think.
That is correct.
Yep. So you'll see it. If you're affiliate app, just let me know and I'll help you after the show. But yeah, if you use List Perfectly and you are active on Instagram or Facebook or have a group or a YouTube channel, it's something you might want to look into, make a few bucks. Even if you make enough to pay for your subscription, it could be helpful to both of you. So definitely worth checking out. Deborah, you're welcome. Any chance of getting an app? Jamie just asked that. Jennifer, unfortunately not right now. But it's because of the way you can rewind the video, but long story short, it's the way that the content is processed, and it would be really hard for a phone to do that right now. Jamie has 55,000 items. You should consider being an affiliate, Jamie. I don't know how you, at the peak of my reselling hoarding, I had between 4 platforms about 7,000 or 8,000 items. I cannot dream of 55,000 items is just mind-numbing to me. It's bonkers. And of the 8,000 that I had, about 3,000 were at Amazon's warehouse, so I didn't even store those. 55,000 is just unbelievable. Like, if you have as many as Jamie, make sure you get some employees to work your list perfectly all day long.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm curious, Jamie, are they ties?
I think he has over 1,000 ties. I think he has over 1,000. I think he has couple thousand or 10,000 albums. He sells albums, like really old albums. I don't know. 450,000 gross in sales. And that's List Perfectly cross-listing a ton for him. He's doing, man, that's more than I do. That's pretty close. Good job. Jamie's, I've met Jamie in person. He's a hard worker, so I won't put it by him. So, okay, let me see if there's any more questions. If not, we can let the ladies go. They've been here a long time. We covered the referral, and yep. So the link below. Somebody's texting my Facebook. I'm watching the video right now. Let's see, what are they asking? Oh, when you download the inventory management from the CSV file, what information is included on it?
Oh, the best that you want. One thing that I am the one that is not tech savvy, okay? So when it comes to CSV downloads, I don't want to be managing so much the files because I'm not that savvy. So when I was creating with Amanda, when we're creating List Perfectly with Amanda, she came up with the amazing concept of including images on our CSV files. That's what makes this perfectly special. Your CSV files have a link to images. Not only you will have all your product description, your details, your brands, and all other specifics, but images. Not all services include images on your CSV files. And that was unique. Thank you, Mandy.
And let me tell you why. We always envision the CSV download as being compatible if you wanted to get your listings in, let's say, WooCommerce or a channel that we don't currently offer, but accepts CSV uploads. So you could download a CSV and then import into that channel. And that was the whole idea.
That took a while to make it. Yeah. And thank you, Mandy.
Yeah.
That's forward thinking right there. I think about that because outside of the platforms that List Perfectly handles, she's right, there's a lot of other platforms that take CSV uploads. I mean, I can think of a couple that, WooCommerce is one, Newegg is one, Walmart Marketplace is one. So there's the Sears Marketplace is another one. I think that one's pretty much dead, but the other ones are really, people use them. People use a lot of those platforms. So more options, even if you don't have a List Perfectly supported one that you want to pull it down, download the CSV, and then shoot it over to the other one. It still saves you a ton of time. So forward thinking, I didn't even think that one through. So good question. That came from Mark. So thank you, Mark, over on Facebook. Appreciate that. That was a good question. So hopefully, if you didn't understand what you just said, long story short, you can download your inventory off List Perfectly and take it somewhere else to a platform that they don't support outside of List Perfectly if you happen to use any of those. So I manage my inventory across 8 platforms from Liz. From a catalog, she says, do not hesitate. 8 platforms. Wow, she's using almost every one of your platforms.
Wow, incredible.
I got to talk to her because 8 would be. Is there a show? Oh, before I go, yeah. Is there a show next Thursday? It's Thanksgiving. I did not even think that through. Well, it looks like a lot of people are going to be home for Thanksgiving. Let me think on that. I'll let everyone know. My initial thought is no show next Thursday. I think I'll take Thanksgiving off, but I don't know what we're doing because we're still, I will give everyone an update, and I talked to the ladies about this the other day before we scheduled this show. We have a lead on a house tonight that we're going to find out about tomorrow, and it turns out it is in our new neighborhood that somebody might have a rental house for us to live in during the holidays. So fingers crossed, we're waiting on them tomorrow to let us know the price and the availability. It's going to be available right around the second or third week of December. So right when we have to move. And so I'll be able to get set back up, and there should be no delays in live shows and other content and things, as long as we can just, I'm putting all of our stuff in storage. If the house happens to be not furnished, then we'll have everything over there. But either way, I'll have my computer, my router, my light kits, I'll have camera, I'll have everything to just sit down and do the show. So we will be in business, and it being in our new neighborhood, when our house is done, we literally will just move across the court to the new house. That would be really helpful. So we'll find out about that tomorrow. But thank you for asking that, Adam. I appreciate that. My leaning, though, next weekend or next Thursday is no show. I'll take off Thanksgiving and let everyone enjoy whomever, whether virtually or otherwise, you spend Thanksgiving with. And I'll probably just be here, I guess. I don't know. My life, I'm living day by day. Yeah, so there you go. But good question, Adam. Good question. Yep, the code below is 30% off. Make sure you use it. Rockstar LP. Sign up today. And everybody that is on my list perfectly, that you've signed up, send me a message. Let me know that you signed up. I'd love to get some reviews and some other information from you guys. See how it works for you. That way other people can get some, behind the scenes. My sales went up from X to X when I got to other platforms. That really helps everybody see how it's working as well. So please do that. And why does Poshmark say list perfectly isn't allowed? This is a question I thought about bringing up. I didn't want to unless somebody asked, but since somebody asked, let me cover this. And you know what? Let you guys cover it, because I don't want to step above my pay grade again.
Yeah.
You guys go ahead and cover this, because this is something, comes in my inbox all the time.
Yeah, Poshmark has never said that. There's a crazy rumor. I don't know why.
I don't know either. Look, it's totally allowed. It's openly, used. Poshmark has a policy against things that, the proper way to say it is things that access their back end. Things that are actually inside of the Poshmark UI or code or whatever it might be. That's not what List Perfectly does. It's simply put, it's a Chrome extension tool. That's it. It's perfectly allowed. There are people saying that's happened. I got a message from somebody screenshotting a customer service email from Poshmark. Unfortunately, and look, Manish, if you watch this, come yell at me. I don't care. This is facts. Poshmark customer service agents respond one of two ways. One is from a set script, and they may not themselves be educated on the policies. And two, they respond sometimes with things that are not accurate because they assume or they don't know. Sorry, Manish, your employees do. I have the screenshots. Feel free to call me. But that's just it is. Don't go off of what you've seen a customer service rep in a call center or remotely working sent back a cut and paste answer. Go to the top. I keep begging Manish to give me an interview again, and I wish this had been back last year, but unfortunately, he has not been responsive to me getting this answer on video to put out. But as soon as I can get him to crack and give me the answer on video that says Poshmark is perfectly fine, that's the best I can give you for now. But it is fine. I would not let you do and use something. I have never in my life heard of one person being booted off of Poshmark for using List Perfectly, nor will it happen. So
yeah. And really quick, I just want to explain the difference. Like, why is List Perfectly okay? Because you're doing the listings. You're clicking submit. All we're doing is helping you to get the details over. That's right. It. No one is submitting listings on your behalf. That's something that you do. And Poshmark doesn't want, automatic submission services. They don't want bots sharing your closet. Because it's not you doing it. It's not a human.
Yeah, there you go. So other services are using bots. What is a bot? A little software that is scraping, Poshmark, database, looking for listings, and is selecting on your behalf what you should be cross-posting. That's what other services do. Now, List Perfectly. It's a glorified copy and paste. Yeah, That's it.
It's sort of
no fingers. No cross posting. That's it.
Like the text shortcut thing. A lot of people use extensions to shortcut text and just fill it in. I mean, if that's not banned,
Yeah, no kidding, right? Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. So, Manish, I mean, he knows me and stuff, but maybe you guys have a better way to get him to. He'll respond to me and talk to me, but he's not like over the moon over it. I don't know. That's the typical thing. But I'm just wondering if we could get him to either put out a statement or a video. It would really be helpful because there's a lot of people, especially over in the Poshmark groups, that are full of a lot of ladies that, there's 30 and 40,000, one of them, and they're hesitant because they're not sure. They're not using any service at all, but they want to use it, but they're hesitant. And I know I could get some of them on. So is there something we can do maybe?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No,
Can you
we're
reach out to him?
With all the marketplaces we are integrated with. Now, the thing is that there is a lot of things going on, on the back end, between companies.
Yeah.
But we're always looking to strengthen our relationships with marketplaces. Just know that a post that says, Poshmark does not support List Perfectly, that is absolutely correct because they don't provide tech support of List Perfectly. List Perfectly, one company. Poshmark, another company. Okay, so just want to clarify that. Okay, we're independent companies. We're in harmony. We're growing together. We have different niches within the same.
In fact, the Posh Fest, the virtual Posh Fest that was it last month or the month before? Was it October? October, I think. The virtual Posh Fest, which Manish was a part of, obviously the CEO of Thing. You guys were a part of Posh Fest virtually.
Before Manish. So we were so excited. It was such an incredible. We were humbled that Manish, we were just making a presentation for List Perfectly. Nobody let us know. And then after we finished our presentation, Manish came and spoke. We were so humbled. And that was very nice of Manish.
And that would tell you if there was an issue, he would have spoke up or said something. There's obviously there's no issue. And I went through this at odds end until I confirmed it. I'm like, no. So I will, if you guys can reach out to him, great. I will try one more time. I don't know what his thoughts are on me. He responds, but I just want him to go on video saying, hey, but the thing about, and you guys made it, companies don't openly promote other companies like, hey, go use List Perfect. But right. I don't want him to promote you. I just want him to say it's allowed. That's it. And that would be really helpful.
That would be an endorsement thing, and that takes legal departments work differently, but that's definitely, we're doing many things with different marketplaces. We're coming with it, and we're going to be full of surprises coming too.
Yeah, that sounds good. Speaking of, whenever there are updates or other things to cover, they always let me know, and I'll let you guys know. So any new marketplaces, any new features, any new add-ons, they'll tell me, and you guys will be the first to know as soon as I know. Okay, I will continue to work on that for you, Allie. Feel free to email me directly, but I think I covered it, and you're good to go to use it. Don't be scared. Again, I mean, how long have we been using it? So there you go. Okay, so great questions, a lot of good questions. Thank you to everyone for being here. Thank you most of all to these lovely ladies who are always here, and they're always on call. Whenever I ask them, they do it. So thanks for being accessible. Sorry, Manish, they're better accessibility than you.
Thank you so much. Really.
We have them. Anytime you have questions, comments, concerns, come to me. I won't blow up their box, but I can get the answers pretty quickly. If I don't know them, I can go to them and get them to handle it for me. So I will leave you guys with that. I'll let you ladies go. Thank you as always, guys. I'll let you know if there's a Thursday show next week. I don't think there is, so just plan to be out Thanksgiving and enjoy it with your family. If I don't talk to you before then, either virtually or in real life, safely, of course, if you are with other people. And if you do it virtually, say hi for me. I should do some virtual Thanksgiving videos with people. But okay, that's what we got. Thank you to the chat. Thank you to moderators. And until next time, have a wonderful, wonderful night and weekend if I don't see you. Good night, everyone.
Bye.